Many parents contemplate whether or not their child is ready to start kindergarten, even if their birthday puts them at an eligible age to start. Holding your child back a year, waiting to enroll them until they are 6 years old instead of 5 is a practice known as academic redshirting. It's often controversial for parents as there are pros and cons to both sides. And talking today about this is Sanford pediatrician Dr. Stephanie Hansen. Thank you for coming in. I've actually never heard of this term exactly, kindergarten redshirting. Kind of explain it. I mentioned a little bit, but kind of tell people what that means.
So really this is for children whose birthday falls close to the cutoff date for kindergarten entry, families make a decision to delay their entry into kindergarten a year. So, you know, the cutoff says you should be 5 years old before you start kindergarten. This really means that parents are waiting until their child is 6 to start.
Okay, but there's a lot more to it than just the number, you know, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
What other factors go into really making the correct decision?
Yeah, well, you know, we think a lot about academic readiness, of course. Does your child have, you know, kind of the basic skills they need to enter kindergarten? But more than that, it's really their social and their emotional development. If they have the ability to, you know, kind of start to control their impulses and their aggressive behavior, are they able to sit and sustain attention in a classroom setting? You know, are they really ready for kindergarten? And we all know kindergarten's different now than it was when we were kids.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between boys and girls?
You know, there's a lot of thought about that, and I think there are some more differences just between individual children. It's not necessarily a boy and a girl thing. And I think we see girls who are not ready for kindergarten and boys who are not ready for kindergarten.
And you kind of touched on this, but what are some of the signs parents should look for in their child?
Yeah, well, I think really your child should be eager and interested in school. I would love it if every child could attend preschool before they go to kindergarten, just so they kind of understand what a classroom is all about. They should be able to hold attention for 10 or 15 minutes and be able to follow instructions well.
We've all been there. Actually, for me, it was me crying and my girls not crying when I brought them to kindergarten. But the separation, is that something you need to consider, whether your child is ready to be separated from you?
Yeah, I think you can think about that a little bit. Are they able to have fun when they're away from you and integrate with other students? I want to preface all of this by saying, though, there's really no evidence that says delaying entry into kindergarten benefits kids in the long term. It doesn't set them up for better academic performance or better social performance. And so there really are no, you know, rules or guidelines about delaying kids for kindergarten. It's really an individual decision that parents make for their children.
Because actually I have read that some parents think having their child be the older student gives them more advantage, but you haven't seen that.
No, there really is no evidence to support that. And in fact, there may be some early research that shows us that kids who are the oldest in their class also suffer from some behavioral problems. So, you know, it's really something you need to look at your individual child and see what their skills are, what their own readiness is, rather than, you know, kind of making a blanket assessment for everybody.
And just because one child started school at 5 doesn't mean the next child is ready either.
Exactly.
Children within the same family can be very different as well. Great topic today. And I mentioned when you sat down, I'm like, it's back to school time. I'm excited. The kids are not, but I would imagine this is where you need to start doing your, you know, sports physicals.
Yeah, really, if kids have not gotten in for their kindergarten physicals or their sports physicals, come on in. We've got lots of availability, and it's not too late to get that done before school starts.
Okay, Dr. Hansen, thank you so much for coming in. Stay with us. Coming up next on North Dakota Today, is your pillow causing you pain? We're going to talk to an expert on how to find the right one.